Once again, we're back at the creek, gonna dig for some gold. I got a brand new pan, so smash the like button and let's check it out. This pan right here is the Garrett Super Sluice. It's my tried and true. I found my first piece of gold ever in this pan, and I love it quite a bit. It's got these giant riffles here. There's only one problem with it, and that is the color. So it's faded green, and sometimes it's harder to see the gold against that background. So I wanted to try out blue. Blue is opposite gold on the color wheel, and so gold theoretically shows up much better on this background here. And this one right here is made by Proline. I picked it up from the Cresson mine for 25 bucks. I know Proline makes a lot of other mining equipment, but this is the first piece of equipment of theirs that I've owned, so we're going to try this out today and see what we think. Not the greatest test pan ever. I mean, there's several super tiny colors in there, but I think we can do better than that. I took my second pan from over there where that bucket is, closer to the middle of the stream, and it's a little bit better than the last one. The pieces are a little bit larger. Nothing crazy, but let's go ahead and do pan number 3 from that same exact spot and see if it gets any better or not. This pan is not fully seasoned. I'm kind of seasoning it the natural way just by using it, but the gold slides backward a lot more easily into the black sand, so I know that my pan is probably actually better than that, but I'm going to break it in the natural way and just keep doing pans, and eventually it'll get a little bit more of a rough surface to it. Actually, the micro gold might be in that little ball of amalgam right there. So we're definitely into some mercury. So I got the decent size pieces of gold that are not amalgamated, and then down here I got that amalgam right there. Look at that. That's crazy looking, isn't it? Well, here's the next pan, and I'm getting kind of suspicious. Where's all the 100 mesh, 200 mesh gold I normally get? I am not seeing as much of that, but are getting some decent sized pieces. I really need to figure out what's going on here. I'm in a place where I know there's lots of 100 mesh and 200 mesh gold, and I'm not seeing it in this new blue pan, which is interesting. So I'm going to do a pan with the Garrett Super Sluice and see if, you know, that roughed up, well-seasoned surface is able to show us a little bit more of that micro gold. We're definitely into the clay, so we're right where we want to be. Actually, no. I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot more the 100 mesh, 200 mesh gold. Only the easily visible pieces are showing up. So that's interesting. I normally get giant speck counts of tiny flower, and that's not here today. All right, we got 4 full shovels of material in this pan, no problem. Not in a hurry. Take my time, especially on this initial stratification. Get everything to sink. All right. So we got more than twice the amount of material that we would normally get in our super sluice. These are 4 big shovelfuls. I mean, there's some of that microflower in here, but not as much as I'm used to. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. The gold may have moved on somewhere else. I took that same exact material and splashed it into my 10-inch Garrett pan. And as you can see, that tiny flower is still in here. So for some reason it's more difficult to see or more difficult to tap up on this Proline pan. I'm not sure which it is, but I'm still on the flower. So this giant pan is allowing me to process material more quickly, but it's a lot harder to clean up that last little bit. And so I'm just transferring that material over to my smaller pan to finish panning it out. And you can see mixed throughout there's quite a bit of that flour, and look at that mercury amalgam once again. So we're really into some mercury, which is unfortunate, but we're still getting gold. So gold is gold. Next pan, once again, I transferred the material from there into there and panned it out. And here's what's happening is I think the recent major rainstorm caused all this mercury to go up into the flood layer. So I'm still getting, oh my God, actually when you zoom in, look how many specks are right there. But a lot of the gold that I'm finding is going to be locked up inside this mercury, which is, you know, towards the top in the most recent flood layer. But I think we're going to have quite a bit of mercury at the end of the day. Be interesting to see. It'll probably just be a big silver pile of amalgam when we get home. Next pan, and what I'm seeing is every single pan has got a significant amount of mercury in it. I mean, you can see that right there next to all that flour gold. So we're gonna have a lot of mercury today. A lot. Which hopefully means a lot of gold. Okay, this is something interesting I want to show everyone. You see all of these little balls, little bumps there? Those are actually little small garnets inside this rock. This is a mica schist with garnets, or garnet schist. But that's where all the garnets come from. Okay, looking at the next 4 shovelfuls, what do we got? Lots and lots of tiny flour. As you can see, don't see any big balls of amalgam here, but didn't tap it up that carefully, but we're still on the flour. Okay, here's the next pan, and I'm going to give you a little point of reference here. There's my 10-inch pan, and it looks like there's absolutely no gold in the pan. Tell me when you first see gold. Look how small. There's 3X. There's a lot of colors. A lot of colors, but most people throw this stuff back. They don't even know that it's there. They don't look carefully and they're like, oh, that's a terrible pan. But that's why I'm hanging on to this black sand, because you can't possibly pan all that tiny, tiny gold out at the creek, and it adds up, obviously. We've been using this Proline pan for a few hours now, and here's my first impression of it. Look how flexible it is, right there. And then compare that to the Garrett Super Sluice, which, I mean, this thing has basically no flex to it whatsoever. You could literally almost drive a truck over it. So this pan is far more durable. This pan is much bigger, but it's also got a fairly sharp ridge on it here. Compared to the Super Sluice, it doesn't quite feel as sharp. So this right here, if you're using it all day production panning, you're probably gonna wanna wear gloves. Where, you know, I pan all day with that and don't usually ever worry about gloves, but it's got its ups and downs. I like it, I like the color, and I like the size, but I still think that's my preferred pan for production panning. All right, there's the next pan and several pieces of gold. That one's a little bit bigger than the rest, but we're still on it, so let's keep going. The big old wolf spider there? Let me see. I'm not that great at identifying species, but it's not a small spider.
No.
That is for sure. Check that out. Let's see if we can zoom way in. Ooh. You say it's a wolf spider?
Yep.
Oh, them things will give you some nasty bites, won't they?
Yeah.
And the next pan, let's see what we got here. Some more really small gold. And lots of it. Man, I can even get 2 more scoops on this thing. I'm doing 4 scoops per pan. Those were really big scoops though. I may only do, let's do another one. That's a giant scoop. This might be too much. We're stretching it on this one. Now that's what we call the full pan right there. 4 giant scoops. All right. How'd that get in there? Let's see. See if we got anything good. Get that shaker table action. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Look, that's the big, oh my God,
nice.
dude, that's the biggest piece of the day. Whoa, that is 100. Oh my goodness. Finally got a picker. That's hilarious. We did the whole pan live and found a picker. Unbelievable. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Look at that. Wow.
So that picker wasn't the only piece in there. You see that? Wow, that's a chunk of gold with mercury all over it. And then got some smaller ones up there as well. So that was a pretty good pan. Okay, this is one of the better spec counts and flour gold of the day right here. This might be the best pan from the flour gold location. And I'm getting the flour gold from over here near the bank, like about right through there. And that picker came from over here where my bucket is. So digging over here is more of a gamble. You might only find one or two little small pieces. Over here is a sure thing with tons of flour gold, but you got a chance of finding a picker or a nugget over here. So I'm kind of going back and forth between there and there. So, well, that's definitely not the best pan of the day, but there's still some of that tiny flour in there. Some mixed in the black sand too, but I think this is going to be my last pan of the day. And so I'm going to go ahead and clean everything up, head home, see how much gold we got. So I found a ridiculous amount of mercury, so this is going to be a strange weigh-in. Just a big gold ball of amalgam. And that's 0.833 grams right there. So this is definitely my biggest weigh-in ever. Add the picker. 0.89 grams, my biggest weigh-in ever, but I have no idea how much of that is gold and how much of it's mercury. It's pretty gold colored, and you can see there's gold stuck all over it. That's pretty cool though. So my biggest weigh-in ever was 0.57, so we got that beat this time. But I have no idea how much gold there actually is. You hear it? Uh-oh, no! Oh, look what I just did. Idiot. Yeah. Ugh. Stuck to my picker. Well, at least that'll give you a good idea of what happens when gold touches mercury. I appreciate you coming along on my adventure. If you check below, I've got stickers, coffee cups, hats, and shirts in my merch store. It's linked below. And also links to all my social media, including my Patreon, which is patreon.com/rookiegoldprospector. So if you want to support me, go ahead and check on that. Give away pay dirt every month. Speaking of Patreon pay dirt, here's the July reward right here. We got the pocket-sized sluice box from Craig Jackson, donated. And then also these gems right here, donated by Craig Jackson. We got various stickers. We got the Home Team sticker, the Flour Gold Wizard sticker, Hit B Explorer, X4 Prospecting, and Internal Compass of North Carolina. If you don't know those channels, go check them out right now and subscribe. We got the gravels right here. We got the scale right here ready to weigh up the gold. Now the amount of gold I give away scales up with the Patreon revenue. So this time we're going to go with about 3/4 of a gram. I'm trying not to spill it everywhere, but I'm spilling it everywhere anyway. That works. 0.809 grams is going to go to the winner. Alright, if you're an active patron, check my list here and make sure that you're on there. But let's find out who the winner is. Alexa, pick a random number between 0 and 29.
Here's a number between 0 and 29. It's 11.
11 is Chris Meek. Congratulations, buddy. You are the winner. So I'm going to send you a message. Get your shipping information. We're going to get that out to you as soon as we can. But I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video, and I'll see you next time.